Get rid of that. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, he he said he said Paul words can only be performed when all morphological conditions are right, so communities are not denied with smoke or winter long and fire does not ac- accident, accidentally spread in the wind.
Good. So basically saying, uh, we only can do these again. Pile. Oh no, not this one. Not this one. Uh, this one. We only can do these kind of fire prevention methods if things are good, because if it's too windy or the atmosphere is too much, we can make it worse. Like we could spread the fire ourselves, which would be way bad, like really bad. So they're basically just saying we got to do this in the wintertime when it's very safe to do this, and we got to do this as quickly as possible, because as soon as spring comes, things get really bad and we could make it worse rather than better.
That is the chain engine that we face when we're building. We cannot building on the very single day. He said that is why those the term lines that you see defenses are trailing out into the new year and even into spreading of the new year.
Yep. Basically saying uh, we can't do it every day because what if it's too windy or blah, blah, blah. So that's why it's taking months to do. Because burning wood takes what? A few hours, maybe a day, right? Because you have to watch it, make sure it's safe, right? Or maybe even takes 2 days maximum if it's like a big fire, right? Um, so the reason it's taking months and not just like 2 days or even a week is because they have to pick specific days for specific areas, right? In this area, you might burn right away, perfect. But this area, you might have to wait a month, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Also, this is quite normal. My brother has pictures like this of when he was a
Oh,
firefighter. It's very cool. They go around burning stuff. Yeah.
oh, the winter is this fire job is very warm.
Yeah,
Winter.
because yeah, that's true. But yeah, again, you burn it like very lightly on the ground to get rid of these grass stuff. Because the
Mm.
trees, if it's a small fire like this, the trees will be fine, but it will get rid of like half the stuff, which is what we want. Yeah. Anyways,
Another tradical is the Percy when fire 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 test use a low intensity burst over the large ground area and remote hundreds
hazardous.
from the forest.
Yeah. So prescribed burns are this. This is what they're talking about. Because this oil, what they're using here, this burns at a cold temperature. I know that sounds weird, but because fire is hot, right? But different fires are hotter and colder, right? Blue fire is very, very hot, and orange fire is colder, right? So this is a special fuel that burns at a small temperature that trees don't get affected, but the grass does. So this kills all the grass and stuff, but leaves the trees, which is what they're trying to do. Yeah. Anyways.
Another lying says fire is the natural part of the ecosystem in BC and play cat been should be done more often to restore the environment to its nature state.
Basically saying for hundreds and hundreds of years, BC hasn't been on fire. Like this is just an area that forest fires happen all the time. The problem is, as humans came to this area, they didn't want fires anymore. So whenever there was a small fire, like again, if we go way up to the top, where was it? Here, right? Look at 2011, tiny, 2003, right? These tiny ones. When they're this small, the government can stop it really quickly. But that's a bad idea because it's way better to have all these small ones, small ones, small ones, instead of these big ones, right? So if we can just have these small ones, that's better. And that would be like the natural burns. But because we've stopped those, it's been getting worse and worse.
Lying, he says the cerebral brains can sometimes be done over an area of few hundred
Hectares.
hectares, which can be alarming for some residents.
A hectare is a space, like a square, like a kilometer, right? So a hectare, I believe, is 200 meters by 200 meters. So it's a 200-meter square of land. So they're basically saying a few kilometers of fires, a lot of people get scared. And this is why we got rid of the fires in the past, because we're like, oh my God, there's a fire, let's stop it. But again, if you stop the fire this year, stop the fire this year, stop the fire this year, then there's too much trees, too much wood, blah, blah, blah. And then the fire gets so big that we can't stop it. So even though it's scary for residents, we need to tell them that it's safe and everything is good, or bad things will happen. Yeah.
He said, huh?
No, it's going to be a balance.
It's going to be the plants moving the flower as we put more fire into the land special. The of official said how we balance that with the community is going to changing as we looks user to seeding fire the landscape agent.
Again, think of it this way: there's good fires and bad fires, right? And the government or the firefighters need to teach people that there's a good fire. That's very difficult to do, right? Most people see fire and they're like, oh my God, bad, 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 right? So there needs to be a bit of a balance between we're going to have some of these controlled burns to protect stuff while telling the community everything's safe, don't worry. And we need to teach them, educate them. This is going to be a big thing because, yeah, again, a normal person will be like, fire bad, don't make fire, right? So it's going to be difficult for the government.
Let's really the negative the communication Cisco with fire on non-space, and so we need to work with the public, educate the public, help them understand the difference between good fire and bad fire.
Yeah. Connotation means how you feel about something. So they say that, again, normal people, right, have a negative feeling about fire, obviously. And so, yeah, there's going to be a big push probably in the schools, in the news, in the towns, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be a big push with the government to educate people saying there's good fires and bad fires. I want to show you what a good fire is, what a bad fire is, so that you don't panic when you see a good fire. If you see a good fire, just be like, whatever. But if you see a bad fire, you need to tell us so that we can stop it, right? So we're going to have to educate people and help fix that. This is just saying we doubled the record, right? Again, this was the biggest year of fires for BC ever. And this is saying that it's not just normal fires that are happening, but it's also due to climate change. It's hotter and drier than normal.
BC, okay, landing says the BCW is the activity working with local governments, industries, non-governmental organizations, and First Nation organizations both bonds and control bonds and welcome any more organizations that want to be preventive with fail management.
So yeah, this guy, right, the leader guy of the forest fire people, basically are saying we're going to be working with the local governments, so like the mayor of the town, blah blah blah, industries. So if you're a logging company, you cut down trees, we're going to want to work with you because you're going to help us, right? Or non-government organizations. So this could be like charities and stuff, and the First Nations, the first people there, right? The first people have been doing burns for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years in Canada. So they know what to do. So we could learn a lot from them. So we're going to learn from them. And of course, he's like, and if there's anyone else, even normal people that want to help us, please talk to us because we need any help we can get. Yeah.
He says he hopes the Onegen work, which also includes intoxication for the homeowners on how to ferment the home will lead to be better quality and state in the province can come the next wonder season.
Wildfire season, right? So Fire Smart, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing Fire Smart just means like make your house ready for fire. So having like a water system around your house, making sure there's no trees around your house so the trees can't catch your house on fire. They're probably talking about this to make sure that, again, most of Canada's government does not care about forest fires. They care about forest fires burning towns down, right? So if we can protect the towns with fire smart houses, fire smart towns, blah, 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 then who cares about the rest of the forest fires? Whatever. With a few exceptions, of course, like forest fires going to the road or forest fires burning down electrical wires or whatever. But generally speaking, the focus is normally on the towns. So if we can fix them, personally, that would be the best option. Yeah. Okay. So that's that one done. We talked a little bit of fires before, but yeah. You're in Saskatchewan. Let me check.
Saskatchewan.
Regina. Not really. Okay. So it seems like you're going to be okay. There's not a lot of fires in Saskatchewan. Most fires are BC, BC, Ontario, Quebec. these are the three big ones for fires. Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, a little bit, but generally it's these three big ones that have the fires. But I think Saskatchewan would probably be the safest one, but that's okay. Okay. So let's find another one then. Okay. Ooh. Apparently there was a airplane crash in Yellowknife in the north. So passengers and crew arrive in Yellowknife after rescue from plane crash site. So a plane, these small planes, crashed and they got rescued. So yeah.
10 people who were about air teleplan that crashed about 300 kilometers northeast of the Yellowknife have been recently filled with their rescue into the Kentucky capital Thursday afternoon.
Yeah. Map. Northwest Territories and Northwest Territories. That's what they're talking about. So they're talking about the north. Right here. Northwest Territories. Yellowknife. Right here. So they're talking about something like here, right? 300 kilometers in this area. There's nothing here, so they must have had like helicopters or something to rescue them and bring them back to Yellowknife.
They have been transported to the hospital by the members of the SAT for the mental assistance LTD play didn't quest the ruinous.
Yeah, so Air Tundi, I don't know. This is just a company, the airplane company. So the president of the company is like, we got to the hospitals. We're so happy we got them there. I'm so sorry our plane crashed, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Both Air the Tidy and the Transportation Safe Board of Canada TSB will investigate the cut.
Yep. So both the company and the government, the safety board of government, will investigate what happened. Was it the pilot's fault? Was it random? Like what happened that made this crash or this plane fall out of the sky?
Bernes said he's had the with the conversation with the plan crew when they arrived back in Yellowknife.
Yellow knife, right? Yellow the color and knife, like cut, right? Yellow knife. Um, so yeah, he's able to talk to the plane's crew, the pilots, the servers and stuff, and try to figure out what happened to the crash.
They looked good and they looked sweet, really just the Hansted, he said. Eventually, a long night.
So yeah, they crashed, and so the pilots were like, oh, so tired because they had to stay in the crash plane for one day basically before they were able to be rescued. So yeah, not good.
The wind older plant which was on the skis went down Wednesday, no waiting about 6 kilometers southeast of the Tibet remote mine. It was carrying 8 and 2 members of the team.
Yep. So 8 people in the plane and 2 pilots. Um, that's diamond mine. So, how do you? Wait, what was that again? Oh, that's not right. So that's the office. But they're talking about a place like over here for the mine, probably right here. Yeah, this will be a mine. But yeah, they're talking about like a place right over here that does diamonds. Cool. And yeah, so they were about 16 kilometers from the diamond mine, so they weren't too far away from a place. They're just far away from like the hospitals and stuff, which is dangerous, right?
The cause of the crash is not yet known.
Yeah, they don't know yet. Like what happened, we don't know.
Research info content of the night and into Tuesday morning by 1 p.m. Mid over the 10 people had been safely extracted and taken nearby the mine according to the
Lavally.
lively book after officer to the Canadian Air, the Division and Canadian Operation Headquarters. They failed to yellow knife from there.
So basically saying, since they were closer to this mine, they got back to the mine first when they got rescued at 1 p.m. like in the morning. That's pretty bad. But then once they got there, they then flew to the town. Again, Yellowknife is the capital, like the big city, but it's still only 30,000 people. It's not a big city.
Lively said earlier Tuesday that 6 of the people were assisted as harming the meal. Injuries were too hard. Moderate to severe injuries. Both were improving.
So basically, 2 were totally fine, 6 were hurt, and 2 were like really hurt, but they were improving. So no one's gonna die. It's looking good. So again, oh okay. So the diamond mine they're talking about is here. So they're talking about where is that? Great Slave Lake. So they're talking about uh hmm. So here's the lake. So they're talking about like up here, pretty far away. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Afternoon cast in bad water. The property chanted 5 went down in the area on the divide. Remote mean cap at the 12:40. Mid Wednesday boat wasn't carrying passenger to or from the cap according the runners.
Yeah, Reynolds. Um, so yeah, this was a private chartered flight, meaning like the company paid for it. It wasn't like a regular flight that they always do. Um, and yeah, basically the diamond mine, it went down at like 12, like midnight, basically on Wednesday. or sorry, lunchtime Wednesday, and they weren't able to come back. Remember Thursday at 1 p.m. So like it took a full day for them to get these people. So these people were stuck in the airplane for like a full day, and it's cold up north, right? So yeah, not good.
We were taken by the surprise. There was no waiting that it was going to happen. So we're just not sure what happened, he said Wednesday night.
So he's like, uh, there's bad weather. We don't know what happened. There's no warning. It just boom happened, and we're like, what? So very scary.
In an email, David spokesperson season later said for the members of MAM's emergency response team had hit for the cassette on the snowmobiles with the civil and media equipment to help with her resource efforts around alert around
Arrived.
9 p.m.
Yeah. So they crashed at like 1 o'clock, right? PM. So Wednesday. 8 hours later, the rescue team got there. They're driving snow machines, right? Remember, they're going into the forest, right? They're not really on real roads. So it was difficult for them to, number one, find them. Number two, they had to get ready and blah, blah, blah. So it took them 8 hours from the crash to getting to them. So there's 8 hours of super danger. But once they did get there, they had medical supplies, survival, things like blankets and stuff to make sure everything was good.
The mine also made its the airstrip available Lendred said.
So this mine, to get here, you basically have to fly here. You can't drive there. So they have their own like airport at the for small planes, of course, at this diamond mine. And so they're like, "Yeah, no problem. This is an emergency. You can use our private airport, no problem."
The Tahiti in flying to remote part north and has been in person since 1988. Its flight includes 6 time planes. I think we have the time now.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
make sure to just cancel those classes tomorrow, and I'll see you afternoon. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. See you afternoon. Okay.
Bye.